Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update and all the physical releases coming to the Switch. We're in the first week of June, May 31st until June the 4th, Monday to Friday, retail, low print and inputs, but no community spotlight this week because I am just so incredibly busy. But don't worry, it will be back next week. This episode is sponsored by the EPOS H3 closed acoustic gaming headset, featuring high quality audio engineering. If you love bass, you'll love this. This is going to be taking your gaming to the next level. Immerse yourself into gaming worlds like never before. Hear your enemies earlier, get your reactions in quicker. Just don't play a horror game with it because the person who deals with your laundry won't be pleased with you. Aside from great audio, it features slick design and comfort with adjustable fit, nicely marked out so you can easily find your sweet spot again. And I didn't realize my head was so wonky until I got these. I mean, look how wonky my head is. Thanks, EPOS. Adjustable volume, quick mute for your microphone, plug and play nature on all consoles and PC. It's one of the most accommodating headsets around. Head over to eposaudio.com or click the links in the description to pick up your H3 headset today. Remember, we are giving away 2 units of these. We already gave away the black unit. The winner last week got in touch and a unit should be on its way sharpish. But we still have a white one to give away thanks to EPOS. Once again, 2 questions, one this week, one next week. Let's go for something close to my heart. What is your favorite JRPG of all time? No wrong or right answers. If you answer that and next week's question, you'll be in with a chance of winning. Alright, this week's retail: DC Superhero Girls, Teen Power, the game aimed at bringing in younger females, although perhaps setting back the female image by about 2 decades, saying that girls only like going shopping and taking selfies. But I jest, of course, because this is 100% factual, according to my wife. This is a surprise first-party title from Nintendo. This kind of came out of nowhere and left a lot of people scratching their heads during its reveal. Still, this could be a fun one for the target audience, but I don't think this is going to have universal appeal despite the DC license. Anybody looking forward to this, or do you think it's going to fall under the radar? Evergate is a 2D puzzle platformer, supposedly rather good too, with great design in its level and challenge. It may look like an Ori knockoff, but aside from the glowy dude, they are very different beasts. I like the art style aside from the random floating platforms that look like they were made with Super Smash Bros. Wii U's stage creator. Anybody remember that nonsense? And the music is supposedly really great too. A good indie game that I think many people will enjoy. P-Cube doing what they do best. And this is Cartoon Soren's Pick of the Week. Port Royale 4 is a game that I missed last week since it basically had a placeholder date up until now. You know, I've seen it like every week for the past half a year, so eventually I just started to ignore it. But it's out right now. This is a real-time strategy simulation game as you get your foothold in the Caribbean as one of 4 nations. This seems right up my alley. Historical strategy simulation, perhaps somewhat similar to a game Juan reviewed last week, King of Seas. Check that review out if you missed it. Yonder is releasing in Europe this week. I still don't think it's released in America yet when I said it should have a few weeks ago. Sometimes release dates give me a headache. This is a lovely game marred by some unfortunate performance issues, but I've heard many people can look past that and enjoy the game for what it is, and it is a beautiful game. The Last Kids on Earth and the Staff of Doom is the first of 2 games from Outright today. As it's from Outright, I can guess it's a licensed property, but I've never heard of this before. I guess I'll become more of an expert on kids' movies and TV shows once my daughter gets, a few years older. We're still at the Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig stage right now. Don't expect too much from this. The publisher does not have a good track record. Instant Sport Tennis is another one that I missed recently, so I might as well mention it. Otherwise, I would not sleep soundly at night if I didn't tell you about this ultra tennis guffage. 4 game modes, 15 courts, and 19 super exciting characters. Yeah, okay. Spirit Lucky's Big Adventure is another game from Outright Games, the king of licensed products. I bet these guys make a mint out of pumping out mediocre movie tie-ins for kids. I don't blame them, they have their market, and if no one else can be asked to make a good tie-in anymore, then it's up to Outright Games to make the moolah. This has horses, and that is all I know about it. Alright, the Low Prince Neocab is up for pre-order right now at One Print Games. Last Tuesday, we did a reveal announcement of this game, and it went up for order straight away, and I think We crashed their website with all you guys jumping over there. Anyways, this was up for pre-order, and they have it in hand right now, and will be shipping sometime in the next week or two, so there is not long to wait. OnePrint also have 2 more games that will be available to pre-order separately at a later date, or you can buy the bundle and save a bit of money as well as shipping. And if you want to know which awesome games they are, then check out last week's video. I could tell you here, but you know, we'd get 20 less views on that video, which makes us look a little better. And NeoCab is Santa Tartaruga's pick of the week. Rigid Force Redux is Game Theory's 4th release, following on from Bridge Constructor Portal, Vambrace, and Lone Sails. Now, I was under the impression that this was a $5 game, but it looks like I was mistaken, as it's a rather ambitious $20. I must be getting it confused with another shooter or something. Apparently this is a rather solid shooter, perhaps on the bland looking side, but gameplay is what it's all about with shmup. So, shmup fans, what are your opinions on this title? There is a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. Castilla, I missed this one last week. This is an arcade action platformer from the same publisher as Hyper Light Drifter, which is always a good sign. This takes an almost ghouls and ghosts approach to gaming, which of course I immediately approve of because I loved Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo, one of my favorite games of all time. I've heard rather positive things about this one, so I hope it does well. In Europe, you can pre-order this collector's edition via Abbey Light's website. In North America, it is being distributed by Limited Run, of course. There is no standard release of this planned. PixelJunk Eden 2 is being released by Limited Run Games. I've got to say, I have no idea what's going on here. This looks to be a very artistic game, both visually and musically. I just get confused with all the PixelJunk brands, so much variety in one name. Of course, there's a standard edition as well as a collector's edition, which looks really gorgeous with its holographic box and sleeve, plus some other stuff alongside a soundtrack CD, which is always welcome. And this is Brent McLean's pick of the week. Blaster Master Zero 3 is Limited Run Games, finishing off the trilogy of Blaster Master Zero games on the Switch. They originally released the first 2, so it was only a matter of time before they did this one as well. There's a standard edition as well as a classic edition and a collector's edition with loads of stuff within it. As a nice touch, the collector's edition joins with the other games to complete the artwork. This is going to be a popular release for sure, so no question about that. And Cigar Trucker, God of Resin, Boombox, and Punky Dooster, all of them have chosen this as their pick of the week. But wait, there's more, because in Japan and Asia, this game is bundled alongside the first 2 games into one cartridge as a trilogy. So if you want like a cheaper option than buying them all individually from Limited Run, and you've probably missed the limited runs of the first 2 games anyway, then check out Japan and Asia, where you can get a physical version of all 3 games together on one cartridge, and it's for a very decent price indeed. Check the links below. They have English, so yeah, I think that might be a better option. There's also a collector's edition of that too, if it's in stock anywhere. Alright, the imports. Remember guys, if anything takes your fancy and you'd like to import it for yourself, then consider using links below in the description and the pinned comment. If you use those links, then it also massively helps support this series ever so much. It would not have grown so much without your support in this manner. You guys are wonderful, and I thank you ever so much from the bottom of my heart. Plus, in return, if you use our links, you can also get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV while checking out, and you can get 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia. That is a nice little saving. Alright, there's only one game this week. Wing of Darkness is the big hitter. This is releasing in Japan and Asia in the form of a standard edition as well as a collector's edition. This physical is exclusive to these regions, but it does contain English, which is brilliant. This game is all about aerial combat, blowing stuff up as anime girls in mech suits. I was instantly sold. Is it any good? Anime babes blowing stuff up, that cannot possibly go wrong. And if there's one thing I've learned about games from Clouded Leopard, the publisher here, don't hang about importing this one. Their first print sizes are generally quite low, especially the collector's editions, which it contains an original box, a soundtrack, pins, crest, acrylic figurine, B5 sticker sheet, visual fan book, and a very mysterious secret item. Now, this review will be going live to the public tomorrow, but for you physical fans, your Let's Get Physical fans, if you want an early watch of this review, then I put a little secret link in the description where you can watch it 1 day early. This is just our little secret, guys, okay? And Michael Del Polito, Alyssa, and Alexander Cato, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright guys, as I said, there's not going to be a community spotlight this week as I'm incredibly busy right now with other projects. One you'll have already seen, EDF, one tomorrow or early if you watch the secret video, and another one next week, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. So that's 3 games I've got to get through. In that regard, please do not send any more photos until after next week's video because I've already got a mountain to get through for next week. I would appreciate that. If you hold off, the more likely I'll get around to actually showing it. So you don't want to get lost in the mountain, guys. But before I go, I do want to give a very special spotlight to the Wanderer, Frankenstein's Creature. The publisher of this import exclusive in Japan sent this to me. I didn't ask for it. I was planning on picking it up myself anyways, but I do want to show it off to you. The game is, I've spoken about it many times by now, it's a very artsy game, more about the experience, really beautiful visuals, and absolutely incredible music. Think like a Gris or Journey type of game, and you're not too far away. In Japan, this has got a standard retail release alongside this collector's edition. It has English on the cartridge, so it's perfect for importing. Inside this little collector's edition, you get yourself the game, of course. You get a tote bag, which is unusual. Not sure I'll use it. Inside the game case, there's a code for a digital art book. You also get a sweet notepad, which I may actually use. I always like to have a pen and paper on standby when something crosses my mind or I have an idea or a joke. And you get a soundtrack CD, which I love because honestly, this is a great soundtrack. I was listening to it in bed one night when I couldn't sleep, and oh my god, it was almost magical. The moon shining through the open curtain, the summer breeze, and this soundtrack, haunting yet curious. Absolutely brilliant work by Alex Burnett. Hire this guy, game devs. All in all, it's a nice package, simple and compact. Now, if you want to order this yourself, there are links below, of course, but Cosen, they were incredibly generous, and they didn't just send me one. Oh no, they sent me 5. 1 for moi, and 4 for you guys, because we are going to be giving these bad boys away. In fact, one of them is in the middle of being given away now over on Twitter. Link below for that. Just retweet it and I'll pick a winner in the near future when I'm not incredibly busy. The other 3, well, I don't know how I'm going to give them away. I'll have to think about it. It won't all be on Twitter, don't worry. But I am thankful to Cosen for doing this. They have a range of games on the Switch, so please head over and check those out if anything takes your fancy. Yeah, it's very generous of them, right? Alright, I hope you enjoyed this compact episode of Let's Get Physical. Special thanks to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Room, Organicus, Santa Tartaruga, Alolan Jojo, Alexander Cato, J Cross 7776, Elissa, Punky Deucer, Michael Del Polito, Cigar Trucker, Cartoon Soren, and Jack Severus. Thank you ever so much for your frankly insane support. Plus you, yes you, watching right now. If you watched all the way through, all 12 whatever minutes of this, you are a legend of the highest order, because the longer you watch, the more YouTube likes us and shows us to other people and helps this series grow. That's why our average views have grown immensely these last few weeks. Thank you ever so much. So give me a high five in the comments so I know who you are. Alright, check out some of our other stuff, guys. We'll see you over there. Have a good one.